Hi class, this is Mrs. Donnelly. What we're going to do today, we're going to review some of the concepts that we talked about yesterday. Yesterday we were talking about figurative language. In front of you, you have your notes that you took yesterday in class. Remember that we talked about similes, metaphors, personification, onomatopoeia, and alliteration. So for the activities that we're going to do today, you can definitely have your notes in front of you to help you. So you have your Chromebooks in front of you. What I need you to do is to go into my classroom. So you will be going into Mrs. Donnelly's ELA class section 80. Once you are in there, you are going to go down to the second assignment where it says figurative language. It says click on the link below. It will take you to Quizlet. You will practice your figurative language definitions. Good luck. So what I would like you to do right now is click on that link. So what we're going to do is you are going to do a quick review of the definitions of figurative language. The way you're going to do this is the flashcard comes up with the name on it. To get the definition, you click the card and the answer will come up. So let's review. Simile. A simile compares one thing to another using like or as. And you can see there's an example here. My dog is as smelly as dirty socks. They are comparing the dog smell to dirty socks. To continue on, you click the arrow. A metaphor. A metaphor compares one thing to another without using like or as. So again, just to review from yesterday, it is very much like a simile, but it does not use the words like or as. So for example, life is a journey, a dance, a dream. It's comparing life to being a journey, a dance, and a dream, but it is not using the words like or as. Onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia are words that imitate natural sounds of a thing. So you can see here there are many different sounds illustrated. You have pow, bam, puff, boom. That is onomatopoeia. Personification. When a thing, idea, or an animal is given human attributes. So you can see this picture here. This tree has a face on it. So you could see how it is giving it human qualities. And then finally, we have alliteration. Alliteration is a number of words that have the same first consonant sound. Peter, Piper, pickled, peck, peppers, picked. They all have the same sound. Okay, so what I want you to try now is click on Learn Mode. And I want you to take a minute or two to review these types of figurative language. Words that imitate natural sounds of a thing. Good. When a thing, idea, or animal is given human attributes. So let's see here. The correct answer is personification. Personification. So we're gonna go back. Compares one thing to another using like or as. A number of words that have the same first consonant sound. Compares one thing to another without using like or as. Okay, let's try this one again. When a thing, idea, or animal is given human attributes. So we already used metaphor, alliteration, and onomatopoeia. So it must be personification. Okay. So what I would like you to do is close this out and go back into Classroom. Now we are going to practice identifying these types of figurative language, playing a fun game on Kahoot. What you will do, you will click on the Kahoot link in Classroom. And what we need to do is you need to put a nickname in. When we click go, you are going to play along with me. So what's going to happen is a sentence for some of the questions will come up and it's going to ask you to identify the type of figurative language. For some of the questions, it might show you a picture. So make sure you read the directions carefully when it comes up on the screen. Are we ready? Okay. The sidewalk is as slippery as ice is an example of. I see that it uses like or as, so it must be a simile. The night sky was black as smoke is an example of, again, I see as, so this must be a the lightning danced across the sky is an example of. So I have two choices here. I have personification and simile. I do not see like or as. Lightning doesn't dance, so this must be personification. What onomatopoeia does this image show? So again, an onomatopoeia is a sound word. I see a picture of a cow. I'm looking at my choices. It must be moo. Which sentence is an example of alliteration? Molly went to the store. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. I believe it's the second one because I see the letter P repeating and I was not quick enough. Time is money is an example of. It's saying that time is money. It is comparing time to money. A metaphor compares two things, not using like or as. My alarm clock screams at me every morning is an example of. I remember this from yesterday's lesson. This was one of our examples. So I'm going to look on my note sheet. This would be an example of personification. What onomatopoeia does this image show? Oh, so we have a bee. We got buzz, bang, swoosh, and slap. So a bee makes a buzzing sound. So the answer is buzz. Which sentence is an example of alliteration? Crazy cats caught crayfish in the canal. Carlos loves to eat chips. Now I notice here Carlos and chips both start with a C, but they do not have the same C sound. Crazy cats caught crayfish in the canal. Jesse is sly as a fox is an example of. And again, I remember this from yesterday. So I'm looking, I know simile and metaphor are very similar, but the word as is in this sentence. They're comparing Jesse to being a sly fox. That is a simile. The waffle jumped out of the toaster is an example of. So we know that waffles do not really jump, so they're saying that it has human qualities. So that would be an example of personification. Life is a roller coaster is an example of. So it's not really giving human qualities to the roller coaster. It's comparing life to a roller coaster. So that would be a metaphor. What onomatopoeia does this image show? So this looks like rocks and an ocean and the waves splashing up. So it could be boom, I guess, but probably since it has to do with water, it's making a splashing sound. So I'm going to pick splash. They are two peas in a pod is an example of. So it's not an onomatopoeia because I do not see any sound words. It's comparing the two people as being very close, like they're like two peas in a pod, but it's not using like or as, so it must be a metaphor. This is the last question. Sally sells seashells down by the seashore is an example of. I am seeing a lot of words that start with the letter S and it has the same sound. So if I look at my notes, I can see that alliteration has the same beginning sounds. And I think that is our game for today. So I want to thank you for participating. Tomorrow, we're going to have a quiz on these five types of figurative language. You will be able to use your note sheet. And if you would like to practice more, you can log on at home and play the Kahoot again or practice using the quiz cards. Have a great day.